Oh, good. You're here. I've been waiting for you. Yeah, you, out there. You, right there. You saw it in the beginning. This isn't my thing, this is our thing, because I can't do it without you. I'm sure you recognize me, Evan Northrup. Most sleuthiest sleuth in all of the land is here, but with a problem. The caper of the century has been committed. There's never been a case I couldn't solve, never been a knot I couldn't unravel, but I may have just met my match. And I don't think I'll be able to get through it without a little help from each and every one of you out there. So this is your chance. If you didn't get a chance to play along just yet, now's your chance to make it happen. But be warned, this is no ordinary case. This is the most dangerous, death-defying, unbelievably twisting and turning case of my entire career. So trust no one. Trust no one. That's how I've made it this long in this business. The details of the case. Everything that I know about what went happen is inside this envelope. That's right. So this dame walks into my office and she says that there's a problem. She's had some trouble, you see? Some trouble indeed. She had her prized possessions stolen from under her nose. Her Fabergé egg was pilfered straight from her home. Well, I got into the case and I figured out two of the three very important pieces of information. The first, how much the street value of the Fabergé egg was worth. Figured it out, not a problem. The second, the precise location inside the house from whence the Fabergé egg was stolen. The third bit of information, the suspect eludes me. So if you, detective out there, can prove yourself, that you have the mettle, that you have what it takes to last in this business by using your intuition to figure out what I've put inside this envelope on those first two bits of information, the value and the location, then maybe, just maybe, one of you will be able to help me catch the thief. Here's a bit of a warm-up. Let's see if just using your detective-y intuition through this screen from all the way over there, you can tell me how much the Fabergé egg was worth. Here's what I need you to do. Don't worry, I will tell you this much. The egg is worth millions, millions and millions of dollars, and I'm assuming that you do not have millions of dollars of cash easy at hand, right over here or right over there to try and experiment. So, this first part will happen only in your imagination. See? Only in your imagination. I want you to imagine right now that you've got a pile of coins. Doesn't have to be very many, but it's some pennies and some dimes. All right, that'll give us a good range. So in a minute, I want you to decide how many dimes and how many pennies you have. Now you're going to have to remember how much it's worth and how many coins you have, so here's a trick in case you don't have something to write it down with or you don't have a good memory like me. I use one hand to represent dimes, like this, and one hand to represent pennies. All right, so if I wanted to use 3 dimes and 1 penny, I would have it right here, and I would know that it's 31 cents when I totaled it up and that there's 4 coins. Now, obviously, you only have 5 fingers on each hand. You can add to it, you can use your memory, but we're going to be doing some mental gymnastics. So, decide on how many dimes, how many pennies you want, however many you want, and total the amount in your mind. All right, you should get some number of change, I don't know, some amount. Total it up, I'll give you a second to come to a conclusion. Good, you got it. I felt it through the camera lens right there. I felt it, perfect. So you've got some total made up of little individual coins. From that total, you right now in your mind are going to subtract the number of coins you decided on, because think about this, people could have the same total but with different amounts of coins. You're going to have to rely on your detective's intuition. So if I had 1 dime and, or let's say 2 dimes and 2 pennies, like that, yeah, I'd have 22 cents, and I'd have 4 coins. So I'm going to subtract 4, the number of coins that I chose, from that. So subtract from your total the number of coins that you're using. I'll give you a second. Good. Perfect. Just like that. Now, some of you probably have a 1-digit number. That's great. But some of you probably have a 2. And you might even have a 3-digit number. So to make it a little more simple to digest, if you have more than 1 digit, add the digits together until you get to a single digit. So if I had the number 12, add them together, 1 and a 2, you get to a 3. We're working down to a single digit. All right? I'll give you a second. Good. You should now all be thinking of a single digit number. Tell no one. No one can be trusted. Keep that number in mind for you and only you until we get to the end. Write it down if you need to, but keep it in mind. All right? Second part of the equation, the other bit of information that I have squirreled away inside this envelope is the specific location from which the priceless Fabergé egg was stolen. Now, I've done some detectiving, some sleuth work of my own, and took photos of all the different rooms inside the house. We are going to do a little bit of an exploration, a little bit of an investigation of this house by jumping to 3 different rooms, all right, a randomization process. I'll show you what I mean and I'll walk you through it, don't worry. First, I'll just show you all the different rooms, and I want you to think of one that catches your attention. There's 9 here total. We have the patio, that's 1. The kitchen, that's 2. Closet, that's 3. Might not be a room in everyone's house, but in this house it was a room. The study, that's 4. The bedroom is 5. The library, that's 6. The attic, very creepy, is 7. The cellar, equally as creepy, is 8. And I think the last one was, yes, the office. So think of one of those rooms, whichever one you would start investigating in. Don't worry, we're going to jump around, check out different rooms. So you're thinking of one of those. Here is how we will randomize our selection. All of these rooms have a different number of letters in them. All right? Some of them have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. However many letters are in your room, we're going to use that to spell to a different room so that you can continue your investigation. All right? So for example, I'll walk you through it. If you were thinking of the patio, you might or might not, you would go, 1 is P, right? Because I'm going to spell out the word for each letter. So that's 1, 2, 3 is the T, 4 is the I, and O would bring us to the bedroom. All right? Very simple. I'll count, you spell. But let me give these a little bit of a mix, just so in case you were thinking of the patio, it won't end on the bedroom that I could know about. Think about the number of letters in your room, and here we go with number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You're in a new room. And I have a little bit of unfortunate news for you. In your first room, nothing, no sense, no nothing. In this room that you're in now, no sense of any crime having taken place at all. So we're going to check out a third one. And whichever one we land on here, that's where we're going to assume, where you're going to assume that your egg was stolen from. All right? So I'll give these a little bit more of a mix. You should now have a new room in mind, and we'll use that one to go through the same procedure and spell through it. All right? So whichever room you're thinking of now, think about how many letters are inside, all right? And off we spell. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In your mind, and only in your mind, you have 2 pieces of information. You have a value from that first bit we did, and you have a location from all of these. This is your chance to participate, to prove your stuff out there. Whether you are tuning in from the Zoom call directly inside here, or if you're streaming along in Facebook world or other social media of your choice out there, you can type in your solution right now, because I will tell you that inside here proves, here's my prediction, inside here the street value of the egg was $9 million, and the location that I got my detective-y instinct from was inside the library. I was sleuthing around, found a book, opened it up, secret safe, and found the place where the egg was stolen from. So if you were thinking of either of those places, or either of those bits, either if you got $9 million or if you got the library, write it inside so that my assistant detectives, they're keeping a little eye on it and they'll know how everyone's doing. All right? So take a chance, write it in, and let me know how you did. And for this last little bit, I assume one of you has your detective-y instincts warmed up, and I'm going to use you to help me crack this case, to solve it once and for all and put it to rest in our time of need. So, assistant detectives out there, if you could send me one person, either someone who maybe got something, both right or one right, or someone who didn't get it right. It doesn't matter, and we'll see if they can redeem themselves in this portion here. So if we can get someone into the world here, some willing and able, do this. Suzanne, is that, oh, there we go, perfect. I don't know why I couldn't hear you, but I missed your voice. Are you hearing me okay?
I am, yes.
Excellent, thank you for being here. And out of curiosity, did you come up with either $9 million or the library?
I had the library, but I didn't know the value of the egg. I'm kind of out of that market.
Gotcha. No, it is a specialized bit of knowledge. Don't you worry. I think since you started off a little rocky with the numbers and built up exactly what you need, I think you're going to be great at this last little bit, and it is a simple but important choice. Now, I have not figured out which of these dastardly criminal minds is behind this crime of the century, but I know for a fact it's one of these 6, and you may have heard of their dastardly deeds in myth and legend. Let's find out. We have here, we have Miss Scarlet, we have Colonel Mustard, Mr. Green, oh, he's a felon, Miss Peacock over there, Professor Plum, and Miss White. Have you heard of these horrible humans before?
I have. They've come up many times.
They make their way around the world committing capers of all types, that is for sure. It's a simple process here. I trust that you, Suzanne, are the best detective in the world. I will cede my title to you if you are able to solve this bit of the crime. So I present to you 6 suspects. And for clarity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all right? So you give me a number from 1 to 6, and that is who we will go with.
Let's go with 4.
Are you sure?
I really feel like it might be 4.
Good. That's your gut speaking. Now, and keep me honest here. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's this one here. Is that correct? I'm not keeping it right there, facing you at all times?
Yes.
Good. I got to give you one more chance. Do you want to change your mind from this one, or are we keeping it at this card right here, Suzanne?
I think we're going to stick with this one.
Trusting your gut. I love it. Let's take a peek. Oh, you got a good one. You got a good one. Professor, but look at that mustache. I bet he looks like a guy that smokes a pipe, don't you think?
I do.
Yep. All right. And you could have gone for any of these guys. You could have gone for White or Peacock or Mustard, but no, your gut led you to Professor Plum. Time to see how you did. I'm curious if anyone else was thinking of 4, if they would have chosen Professor Plum, because inside this envelope is all the evidence that we have on this case. Nothing. Nothing at all. If there's no evidence, that begs the question, how could I know that you all would be thinking of $9 million and that you, Suzanne, specifically would be thinking of the library along with so many others? How is it possible that I could know so many intimate details of such a high-profile case? And there is, of course, only one answer, Suzanne. There is only one answer, and that is that you should have trusted no one. I told you from the very beginning, Suzanne, that no one was to be trusted. And that is absolutely right. I have a feeling that we will remember this as the caper of the century. So thank you all for playing along at home. That is $9 million Fabergé egg stolen from the library. This is for you, and this is for me. And good night, ladies and gentlemen.